With the recently announced Metroid Dread coming later this year, I was, as I'm sure many other Nintendo fans were, very excited. Interestingly, Metroid Dread is also Metroid 5, and while that doesn't seem to add up correctly, that numbering system is a little weird and follows the mainline 2D Metroid games specifically. What is even more interesting is Nintendo has announced that Metroid Dread will end the story arc that began with the first Metroid game way back on the NES. This idea excited me and made me want to go fill in the gaps of my Metroid list. So here we are. And while I have played the original Metroid, I have not played the highly regarded Game Boy Advance reimagining Zero Mission. While I wish the GBA games were added to Nintendo Switch Online to help players catch up before Dread, I had to play Zero Mission on the Wii U eShop, which still gets the job done. Zero Mission takes place on planet Zebes, with Samus trying to destroy the space pirates and their defenses all on her own. In typical Metroid fashion, when you start your journey, you don't have a whole lot of powers or skills, but Zero Mission does a great job of making you feel powerful quickly. It seems like every few minutes, you're getting a new platforming skill, weapon, or storage upgrade. This made me feel like I was always making progress in the game, no matter how long I sat down to play it. This made the game hard to put down, and I would say to myself things like, okay, just one or two more rooms, but the game was constantly dangling that carrot in front of me to continue forward. Nothing is quite as satisfying as getting that one power up you know you need to progress in an area, then realizing how many different things you can unlock once you get that power up. Exploration feels rewarding because of this. It makes the player feel smart when they come back to a previous dead end and they can now use their newfound abilities to progress. Zero Mission is very good about smartly pushing you in the right direction naturally, making these moments happen. There are also the occasional waypoint added to an empty spot of your map that helps remind you you're going the right way. Rarely, if ever, did I feel like I had to mindlessly wander the different areas to find the correct path. For those who have played the original Metroid and wonder, is Zero Mission worth my time? The answer is yes. Yes, indeed it is. Personally, it's been long enough for me where I did not remember the original Metroid map to say if it's even the same map or not. But the improved art style, music, and just how smooth and good it feels to move around as Samus makes Zero Mission the definitive way to play Metroid 1. I'm always worried when I go back to an older game that the controls and movement won't hold up and it'll detract from the experience, but Zero Mission feels more modern than it has any right to be. In the original Metroid, platforming can be a chore just because the controls don't feel as clean or responsive. Zero Mission doesn't have this problem. Also, on a side note, when you beat the game, you can unlock the original Metroid 1 on the main menu to play, which is just a great reward. Metroid games aren't known for being the longest games. My first playthrough through Zero Mission was only 4 sittings, but I don't feel burned by that. Sometimes games will add fluff to make the experience feel more worthwhile to the consumer, but Zero Mission is very lean. Good thing is, the game is almost meant to be replayed and keeps track of your time and item collection rate, rewarding you with a different end screen depending on how fast you can finish it and with what percentage of the items you found. At the time of this recording, the world record speedrun for any percent is less than 25 minutes of in-game time. This is just another thing that makes the game so fun. You can challenge yourself to only get the necessary upgrades and get through it as fast as you can, or you can take your time exploring all the environments and becoming more and more of a badass bounty hunter as you collect all the upgrades. I fell somewhere in the middle. Thorough, but moving with a purpose through each area. Now I know I've had nothing but positive things to say so far, but there are some negatives to be had. There are some frustrating areas where I feel like the time to die is very, very quick, and it can get old replaying a difficult section or boss a few times, having to run all the way back from the most recent save room each time. While a lot of the times these deaths come from me being impatient and rushing through, sometimes challenges turn into a bullet hell that locks you in a death spiral of a hit stun and getting stuck in areas where you pretty much can't dodge a single hit. These, however, were few and far between and didn't overall sour my experience too much. Zero Mission was such a great experience for me. The game is a short, sweet adventure through an underappreciated world. More people need to play Metroid games is basically what this game made me realize. Zero Mission made me feel smart and never felt stale. The game mixes up what is expected of the player well and adds in some much appreciated new ideas and sequences that fans of the original game will be happy to experience for the first time. If you would be so lucky to have the original cart to play on the Game Boy Advance, more power to you, but good luck finding one at a reasonable price if you don't already have it. But Metroid Zero Mission absolutely holds up and is well worth the $8 asking price on the Wii U Virtual Console. The road to Metroid Dread starts off strong with this one, and it should be a must-play for any fan of the series or the Metroidvania genre. For me, it's time to play the original Metroid 2 from the Game Boy Color on the 3DS Virtual Console. Have you played Zero Mission? Let me know in the comments what you think about it. And while you're down there, please leave any feedback, positive or negative, you may have of this review, as it can help me on future videos. Consider leaving a like or subscribing if you enjoyed the video. If not, a dislike sounds neat too. If you want me to play games live and say hello, check me out on twitch.tv/dailybeaten, where I play a variety of games by myself and with some friends. It would mean a lot to me if you stop by. Thanks for watching, and see you next mission.